What were all those dreams we shared those many years ago? What were all those plans we made now left beside the road? Behind us in the road. More than friends I always pledge, 'cause friends they come and go. People change, as is everything. Whoa! There goes the freaking end of that deal. All right, what's up? Try to sing a little tune. Whoa! Whoa! Got too much going on. How do we do that? Pause down. All right, there we go. Try to do something different. Try to get creative. Oh, God. Long day, long life. What's going on, people out there in YouTube? Sorry for the delay. I've been fighting this cold. I'll tell you what. I mean, it's no joke. I mean, we're on 40 days of global voodoo with this cold, and it's just, oh my God, it's awful. Let me get this camera over here first here. Let's see. First off, if you can hear me or see me, let me know. I know I'm having some difficulties with my internet, but yeah, try to start something off different there and see how that goes. But yeah, just been fighting this cold, and it's like a slow death. It's like a slow death. I hope none of you out there get this like crazy sickness. It's so bad. And tonight I said, you know what, the fuck with this, right? I said, I'm done with this, right? I mean, I've been fighting with this cold, and I'm like, you know what? I got to go on YouTube and rant and talk and chit chat and stuff like that. Having a course. I'm sorry, you guys waiting in that chat. I was like, oh my God, man, I didn't realize it was like an hour and a half later. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for joining. And I'm gonna light a cigarette here, and we're gonna talk about eBay and Amazon and making money, and I'm gonna get you guys into, you know, a little more into my life, and maybe it'll encourage you to become a reseller, or to kind of show you that, you know, this life's possible, this life of an entrepreneur that can go out and, you know, you can make money and just do all these different random things. I mean, it's truly a remarkable life. But right now, currently for me, my life is just, I mean, I love my life, but my God, this pain I'm in is like difficult. And I'm going to talk about this for a second, and then we'll get into some Amazon, eBay kind of junk. But I'm clear. Okay, I'm clear. All right, let me go over here. I'm clear. Does it sound good? All right. We don't need to do sound checks. I know it's good, right? It's all good, baby. But yeah, I mean, I've been fighting this cold, and I feel better some days, and some days I don't, right? And it's strange. And it comes down to this, right? I got sick, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got hit with these cluster headaches. Now, if you don't know what a cluster headache is, I mean, it's the worst pain you can ever have in your entire life, period. Anybody that's ever had them would agree. But I had these back in Illinois for years. And then when I came out here to Arizona, I was like, man, they're gone. Thank you. And then, gosh, it was like December 12th. Boom. I got sick. And then every day since then, it's just these freaking headaches, man. It's like, boom. I mean, and it's bad. It's really bad. And it's hard to deal with it, right? Because I've gone to doctors, and I'm like, hey, you know, this is my problem. And they're like, here's a Vicodin, here's a, you know, chew on this Tylenol. You know, they don't understand, man. You know, it's like, I really want to fucking take my head and jab it through a wall. I know that sounds vulgar, but oh man, it's really bad. And I know I put on my Facebook, I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this show tonight. And I've been sitting here, no joke, I've been sitting here since I put it up there. I mean, I think that was an hour and a half ago. I've been laying like this, just with my head in my lap. Like, my head hurts so fucking bad. And then finally it passed, and I was like, oh, I want to listen to some music really quick. And then I clicked over, and I'm like, oh my God, everybody's in the chat. So I apologize. But if you've ever had cluster headaches, you know how bad they are. I wish there's a cure, and maybe there is some kind of cure, but I'm not taking the medication for it. But anyway, you guys, it's a new year. It's Happy New Year here on the Global Voodoo channel. Hope you guys are out there, you know, inspiring to be greater, right? That's the whole thing is, you know, whether you just started reselling or you're new to reselling. I mean, now's really the time to really break it down and say to yourself, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to really put time and effort into this. Because a lot of people that are out there right now, I mean, I'm not saying this to anybody specifically, but there's a lot of lazy fucking people out there. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of lazy people out there. And, I mean, putting up 4 or 5 items a day is on eBay or Amazon. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's progress, but can't you do better? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just one of those people where I just jive, right? And I just get stuff done, and I want to get stuff done because if I don't get it done, it's just going to sit there, right? I mean, maybe I'll turn this camera over in a second, but I get the stack of clothing, and excuse me, clothing is very profitable, but it's a bitch. I mean, it's a lot of work, right? Because you got to photograph it, you got to measure it, you have to package it, you got to do the whole 9 yards, right? And it takes it takes a long period of time to go through one blazer jacket if you're going to list it. I mean, it's not like it's a, hey, I'm done in 2-minute program, right? Well, it could be if you're just taking it and throwing it on your bedspread in your bedroom, right? And you see those eBay sellers out there. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I believe in pictures. Pictures sell the item, and taking quality photos with white backgrounds, black backgrounds, green backgrounds makes a huge difference, right? And somebody left me a comment the other day on my Facebook and said, hey, you're so big time, Mike, but why do you fuck around with going to thrift stores and pick out dollar shirts and these dollar items, and I was kind of taken back by that, and I'm like, well, because there's profit there. I'm not walking away from profit. And yeah, I could stop going to thrift stores. I could stop retail arbitrage. I could stop going and sourcing books. Really, honestly, I could. But I like going out for the thrill of the hunt. I like going out and finding something. And that's never gonna disappear from my life. I mean, I need that. You know what I mean? I need to have that every day when I go out and I leave this house and I drive down the road and I hit a thrift store, right? And my blood is boiling. I got my coffee going and I'm like, hey, I'm ready to rock it. And I enter the door and I'm looking, right? I mean, it's no different than going to a garage sale or a flea market or an auction. You get that, you know what I mean? You get that freaking, your blood's boiling and you're like, yes, okay, what's going to happen here? It's like going to a storage auction for the first time. Go to your storage auction and you're like, hey, this is pretty cool here. We got a bidder here. We got this. They're punching off the freaking lock, right? And the freaking gate goes up, and everybody's looking in, and But 90% of the people that are at the storage auction, they have no money in their pocket. They're just there because they were like, hey, I saw this on Storage Wars, right? They don't know, but it's if you're there and you've been buying and you're getting ready to buy, it's an excitement, man. It's an excitement that this may sound crazy, but if you're a 22-year-old guy and you're from the Midwest and you hit Vegas for the first time, you're like, dude, this is off the hook. Yeah, buddy. Right. And you like going to some strip club or something crazy. I mean, it's exciting, right? It's exciting. And that's what my life is. That's what I want out of my life is excitement, whether it's going to thrift stores or antique malls or anywhere where I'm like, hey, look at that. That's a deal. Right. Or, hey, look at this t-shirt I just pulled out. I pulled a cool t-shirt today. It was an MGM, freaking original MGM 80s, like ringer t-shirt. I mean, MGM Grand, like freaking, not MGM Grand. Is it Metro Goldwyn Myers? Yeah. It's got the logo and everything. I don't know. I'll have to show it to you. But it was just exciting to see that. I'm sitting there flipping through shirts and I'm like, okay, Obey, cool, whatever, right? Nike, big fucking deal, right? I mean, okay, Vineyard Vines, okay, cool. I mean, none of this stuff really makes me excited, but I look down, I'm like, dude, this is a freaking 1980s, like old movie shirt. This is cool, and that's what I like, I don't get excited when I'm like, oh, cool, Ralph Lauren purple label. I don't get there when I look at the purple label and grab it and go, holy shit, yes, fucking yeah, man. I don't get like that because it's like, cool, okay, I grabbed, it's there, cool. That's part of the business. It's when you find like an 83 Iron Maiden shirt, you're like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Right. And most of the time when I go out, there's nobody around me. I mean, I don't, I go up to Phoenix from here, from time to time with my boy Jeff, but, and Jeff see me out there and I'm like, dude, look at this. If any of you guys want to go thrifting with me, you got to, let me know if you're ever in the Phoenix area or whatever. But you come with me to the store, the thrift store, retail arbitrage, flea markets, wherever it is. I mean, you'll see how excited I get. But I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Dude, did you see what I freaking picked up? Paw Patrol. Yeah, the garbage truck, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? You guys know about that? Come on. Paw Patrol. Gotta look that shit up, man. Right? Everybody sat there, Amazon Q4 and Paw Patrol and 700 sellers. Now go look it up. Paw Patrol, the freaking garbage truck. It's like $200. It's like here's the crazy thing is if you're like, what are you talking about, Mike? And you actually go to Amazon and click on and see, whoa, the recycling truck? Dude, are you serious? It's going for that much? It's craziness. Craziness. Anyway, yeah, I get excited. I like the thrill of the hunt, and nothing. I mean, I can't replace that, right? I mean, so whether I go out and go develop a new GoPro, right? Is that exciting? No, not really. It's exciting, I guess, when they sell it and you're like, okay, cool, I'm making money, but I'm not going to get that thrill of like going out and hunting for something, right? Whether you go around and you're like, dude, I just freaking got a Super Mario game. Look at this thing, dude. It's killer, right? Or you go to a garage sale and you're like I went to a garage sale Saturday and I was talking to Jay, my buddy Jay, and I was like, dude, he was on the phone with me. And I was like, dude, I got to go. He's like, what's going on? I go, no, I got to go. And I hung up the phone and there was a big ass Smurf blanket and freaking, oh, dude, Ghostbusters, freaking, oh my God, sleeping bag. And I was stoked. And then I scored there and I called him right back up. I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry, dude. I was out there freaking hunting. He's like, what'd you get? And I told him, and I was all excited. He's like, dude, you're crazy. I'm like, I know. I'm totally crazy. But, it's that's what I really love about this job. And it's the thrill of the hunt. And whether I'm going to an antique mall or a flea market, I mean, I've got to have that. And I think anybody that goes out and does this for a living, whether it's part-time or full-time, can appreciate that excitement, right? Because if I don't have that excitement, I mean, I'd go do something else, right? I mean, I could just stick to selling my t-shirts. I make my own t-shirts. I've got my own lines. I mean, I've been pretty lazy with it. I should be selling this shit to Walmart 5-10 years ago, right? But, it's one of those things. It's like going and hunting for, oh, man, dude, I found these Ninja Turtles, or these original Star Wars. That's cool, right? It's cool for me. But that's what really keeps me going with it all, is that thrill of the hunt, looking for that item and finding it and going, cool, this is awesome. And, it's just, everybody's got different steps to what reselling is or opinions. And, I don't listen to too many people, especially here on the YouTube. I mean, there's a couple of people I'm gonna shout out here that I haven't been shutting out people lately because I really haven't been watching anybody. And, I mostly stick to my Facebook group and Pick for Profit and my private life. But there's some really good people out there, and I wish. I'm not saying I wish. I can't watch everybody, and there's some people I don't want to watch. But it's one of those things where things have changed on YouTube and reselling and picking, and it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Picking profits in the house, thrill of the hunt. Why I'm a picker and not a factory. It's more fun, exciting. Yeah. Andrew, it's like, it's like what Andrew said there. I mean, I do go to retail arbitrage. I walk into Walmart and sit there and go, do. Okay, scan this, throw it in the cart. That's not fun for me, man. Am I going crazy? Yeah, if I find the recycling truck, yeah, I'm stoked. I'm like, yeah. But if it's a bar of soap, I'm like, okay, $2.09, yippee. That's just trust me, go scanning with me one day. You guys will be like, dude, this guy's boring because it's not exciting for me, even though I do it, but I'm looking for the excitement stuff and the treasures. And I was at an antique store the other day, about 4 days ago, and I walked in there, and I've been going there every day not every day, once a week since I came out to Arizona. And the owner over there was like, dude, you come in here all the time. I'm like, yeah. I said, I come in here to hear your stories. That may sound crazy to you guys, right? But I do. I come in there and he tells me a story. Because I'll stare at an item. He'll be like, you know what that is? And I'll just say like this. No, I don't know what it is. Come over. Let me tell you. Those are the people that, that's where I get my information from. That's why I've always learned these the antiques, the vintage stuff was from listening to older people. You know, I remember going to doing flea markets, you know, years ago, and didn't really have a clue what the fuck I was doing, right? Just bought a bunch of shit and was trying to sell it. And then I'd go to other people's booths, and a lot of the older guys, and you know, I mean, those older guys would come to my booth before the booth even opened, before the whole flea market opened. They'd dig through my stuff and they buy it. How much for this? And I'd look at them and be like, I don't know, $5. Okay, yeah. I didn't know. I mean, I thought $5 was a good deal. They were selling for 25, 30 in their booth. You know, why didn't I know that? Because I didn't have the experience, right? And so you follow these people around and watch what they're buying. You know, same thing applies to estate sales, right? You know, you ever go to an estate sale and it's killer, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a lot of good information on here. I saw it on estatesales.net, and you get there and like you're there at 5 a.m, but there's 50 other people there. You're like, damn, man, these guys aren't fucking around. Those are the guys you want to see on YouTube. I'm telling you. Excuse me. Those are the guys that are standing in line at the estate sale. Those 40, 50, 60-year-old people. They're sitting there. Those people know what the hell they're talking about, man, for sure. I'm not saying I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying people on YouTube don't know what they're talking about. I'm just saying those are guys that if you're at a sale or anything of that nature, just watch what they're doing. And it's mind-blowing for sure, because they have information. You're like, dude, why did he pick that up? What was he looking at? You know? Because, I mean, I'm 38 years old, guys. I mean, that's kind of old. It's not old. It's considered young to some people. And me, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm 70, but it's one of those things where it's like, even at 38, I don't have all the information. How could I? How could I know that stuff from 1920s? You know what I mean? I mean, you can't get all this information. But the great thing about the internet right now, guys, and eBay and Amazon is the completed data, right? Especially with eBay and blogs and Facebook and Google Images, and you know, you can look things up and it's right there. Like, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that fucking umbrella sold for $250. You know, it's crazy. It's totally crazy because you can never have all the information. You know, I mean, I've never considered myself a guru. I've considered myself an experienced seller, and I sell my services on Pig for Profit as an experienced seller. Here's what I can teach you. Here's what I could show you. But I don't know everything. I mean, there's no way. There's no fucking way. It's crazy just to think about as we get older in life. It's 2015 here, right? That in 1980, that was 35 years ago. So if you're sitting here and you're about my age or maybe a little bit older or a little bit younger, you're like, dude, yeah, wow, that happened so fast. And there's stuff from 1980s like Discman, freaking, you know, obviously the video games. Oh my God, the action figures, they're worth buku bucks. They're worth buku bucks now. And, you know, it's like, wow. But a 1920s, 1930s item, you might not look at it because you're like, man, you weren't educated enough to know. You know, I mean, you still find some of that stuff at the thrift stores for sure. Fashion Outlook says, have you gotten to the Amiibos? Yeah, I've gotten those. And I got some that I got recently that I've been selling. I was hoping to get a little more margins out of them, but the ones that I was doing pretty well with were earlier in last December. Those rocked. I mean, I was merch fulfilling them. Boom, 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 boom. But I mean, there's definitely opportunities with the Amiibos now. I mean, there's short printed ones, there's short runs, and my honest opinion with those is merch fulfill them. I mean, because at any second with Amazon, it could change, right? So if you've got some that are in your hand and you're like, yeah, I'll send them in the FBA. By the time you get them over there, I mean, Amazon might be in stock at $12.99. So, you know, that'd be my game plan with those, unless you find a rarer one, you know, ones that are going for $80, $90. But the Amiibos are something to look into, something to watch. There's a lot of things to watch, guys. I mean, there's a ton of shit out there, ton of stuff. What's up, Mr. Sadie? 1, 2, 3. Hey, Bubbas. Mr. Sadie, I was trying to sing in the beginning of this song and didn't sound too good though. But yeah, Mr. Sadie should be a country singer for sure. For sure. Yeah, Morgan says he would just get heartburn just diving into his old job. Yeah, man. I mean, that's my thing now. It's like I can't go back. I mean, well, there's no way I can go back to an old job. You know, I came from, obviously I was younger and I worked at a restaurant, right? When I was like 14, right? To being 21, running a construction company, to, 23 freaking, running a freight forwarding company with 9 employees, right? And traveling the world and seeing the world and going to Shanghai and going to Italy and going to all these crazy places and blowing money like it was water, and then living this lifestyle that is, I'm not. I would guess as I got older, I was looked at that and said, man, I just blow that money. Why? I just fucking pissed it away, But now it's like I live a pretty frugal life. I mean, I'm sitting there drinking a Coors Light, right? And for the people that are sitting there saying, this guy's just a drunk, whatever, this is my third beer I've had in the past 45 days. So let's applaud Mike. Let's just give him a soft little applause. Yeah, there we go. Mike doesn't drink every night. Mike's not just wasted every night, sitting in the corner, hanging out with a bunch of Harley t-shirts. No. But, it goes back to that where I can't go back. I don't want to go back. I mean, even if circumstances changed where things weren't selling for me, I mean, I don't know what the hell I'd do. But I think I'm pretty comfortable where I could figure it out. But I don't see reselling going away, honestly. I don't see the secondhand market from thrift store items to Amazon FBA to, like I said before, my own t-shirts. I mean, I can live a pretty modest life just off my t-shirts, right? Like the t-shirts I design and create and sell. I can make 60,000 a year doing that. Just doing that. Just sitting back chilling, right? But looking in, and that may sound like egotistical or cocky to some people because maybe you're new and you're part-time, or maybe you're getting ready to be full-time. You're like, man, this is kind of a struggle, because reselling is a struggle. I'm gonna tell you at the beginning, right? The getting that whole inventory up, getting the products on eBay and the Amazon, getting that built, right? I mean, if you want my opinion on what a reseller, if you're going to want to be from part-time to full-time, it's this. Okay. You need to really bust your ass. I mean, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, getting things listed. You have to have an inventory out there, right? If you want, let's talk about eBay. Let's break down eBay. eBay is this, right? You can do buy it now, best offer, or you can do auctions. Okay. It's depending on what you're grabbing and what you're picking, right? And if hey, man, I grabbed this freaking, Ralph Lauren polo shirt, standard. Right? Yeah, maybe you could sell for $24, but what you could probably get rid of for 17 or 18 on an auction. At the end of the day, it's all about, you have to make sure you get enough money for yourself, right? Don't sit there and say, well, I watched all these other people, do this, and I'm just going to do the waiting game too, like they do. No, I don't do a waiting game. I mean, some items I do, vintage items and stuff like that are rare, but most of the time I'm just blowing it out. It's cash flow. I mean, I buy it today and I want it gone in 3 or 4 days. If it doesn't sell in 3 or 4 days, it's not like I get desperate and say, okay, just give me $1 for it. No, it goes back into the pile of longer tail clothing items, right? People don't understand this, guys. I'm telling you, right? And I'm not trying to bash people or say anything when people clothing. I mean, when people say clothing and YouTube, a certain name comes to mind, and this person is not even selling clothing anymore. I mean, reality wise, right? They failed miserably, right? It's a fucking joke, right? And I'm telling you, right? There's some good people out there. I mean, like I said, I'm not here to ramp and rage on people, but somebody like Ronnie Hart, I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's selling these items. He's showing the numbers. He's like, hey, here it is, right? Do I agree with everything Ronnie Hart says? No. I mean, is he making a living off what he's doing? Sure. Yeah, it's great, right? But it's a different approach, right? He's finding you might not be able to match up to what he's doing in terms of, oh, well, he just sells items over $50 or more, right? Because that's the latest talk you hear. Everybody's like, oh, I'm a $5 items aren't good enough for me. Why aren't they good enough for you? Right? Oh, yeah, I'm only going after $30, $40, $50 item profit. That's fine. If you get to the point where you're experienced and okay, hey, I can get this and this is what it is. But I hear new people saying this. I hear people that got like 30 feedback. I'm like, oh, no, I'm just going to stick to this and throw out my 30 items a month and just higher price stuff. I mean, there's somebody who runs a big Facebook group that sits there. I mean, the fucking guy, I mean, it's like, come on, man. Are we not doing our homework when we're watching these people? I mean, I had some of the other day fucking comment on my videos. You're such a fraud. I found 4 your eBay accounts. You're just garbage. I'm like, I reply back to him like, what did you find? I said, I'm pretty transparent with what I tell people, what I show people. You can go find these eBay accounts. There's plenty of them out there that I show you a product here, a product there. And, you know, they all do pretty decently. The point is this, though. There's some people that don't show you anything, or they just fucking jive you. And it gets to the point where you're like, you listen to that person, you're like, what is this fucking guy saying or girl saying? You know? I mean, it makes no sense to me. I don't know, man. It's just, you know, it's pretty fucking crazy sometimes. And I'm not just picking with global voodoo shows aren't about bashing people. It's about just putting them in their fucking place. Right? But also it's also telling you, maybe as a new person or somebody who maybe listened to me for years, some of these people are just off the fucking rocker, man. I mean, 120 feedback on eBay, and yep, we just passed 20,000 Facebook members. Yep, we're gonna fucking mentor somebody today. Mentor yourself, damn it! Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look these people up, right? I mean, these people. I mean, guys, I'm not lying to you when I say this. I mean, you have to do your homework. If you're gonna listen to somebody and you're gonna say, "Hey, I believe in what they're saying," fucking follow through and see what their eBay is. They show you to you. There's another one out there where it's like, the guy's like, yeah, we just, well, first he was going to show you how we're going to turn $0, $3 into fucking 15K, 30K, right? And then a week later, you know, people are like, hey, dude, what happened to those videos? Nope, no, all the haters came in. All the haters came in and closed my eBay down. And then you go look this guy up because he shows things in his eBay or his YouTube, right? And here's his item, and he doesn't even realize he's doing it. And then people catch on. They're like, dude, I fucking found this guy. This is what this guy's doing. All right. 96.3 feedback. 96.3 feedback. 187 like actual transactions and 40 items for sale. And he's labeled a guru. He's a coach. He's fucking, you know, is that, I mean, I don't know. Is that crazy? I don't know. Maybe I look into things too further than most people, you know, when I listen to somebody, but it's stuff like that where I'm listening to somebody and they're trying to come off like an expert and they've only been doing it for a month or two. And it's like, just fucking be yourself. I mean, I'm not saying I am popular here or, you know, I've got all this expertise or I've got all these subs or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? All I've ever done since day one on this channel from the Morning Cup of Joe's, you know, was come on here and just tell the truth and just tell, hey, this is what I do. This is what I sell. Go check it out over here. I mean, I was dropping, nobody might, if you've been following me for a while, you might remember this, but you know, I used to have I had this website and I kept mentioning it, and then people shut it down for 4 months. Somebody hacked my shit, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. But it's just, yeah, I mean, people get sucked into it. They get sucked into this whole thing, and it's like, then they believe, oh man, he's a fucking, this guy's huge, and it's like, you don't even know what huge is, right? I know Mr. Sadie, he comments on my buddy's videos. If you haven't subscribed to this guy, I'm telling you right now, go check him out. The Craigslist Hunter. Go check him out. I know Mr. Sadie's watching him, right? Talk about, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you right now, he's the fucking biggest person that's on YouTube, period, right now. I don't care what anybody says. They can sit there or go to Spreecast and, oh yeah, this guy, or the people you see on Facebook, oh, yeah, $497,000 this month. Here, proof right here is my screenshot. No. I'm talking about somebody who knows what they're doing in terms of reselling, and that they're not even messing with Amazon. Go look up this guy. I mean, for sure. I mean, I'd shout him out. I'd like to get him on a hangout and talk, but he's a town over from where I lived in Chicago, and you know, he's big time, guys. I mean, he's really big time. Got a big shop, got a big operation, knows what he's talking about without a doubt. He's got expertise, and you know, it's somebody that I looked up to. I mean, I took items to this guy and was like, hey, dude, could you, you know, you see what I'm holding here, right? How much you want to give me? I'll give you 300. Knowing that he could sell for 6, but 300 to me, I was like, hey, cool, right? You know, just a really stand-up person that knows the game, knows the reselling game from the eBay, the antiques, the stuff like that. But you know, just I didn't really want to get into this rampage of this bashing people, but some people just, you know, they need to be put down to reality. Just because you have just because you come on YouTube and you're like, hey, yeah, I got a show, right? I mean, there's some people that are talking nonsense like, hey, I got a show, waiting for sponsorship. Who the fuck is going to sponsor you? I mean, there's people are like waiting for fucking eBay to sponsor them because they're on YouTube. Oh, God. Anyway. And then Vegas Flips is like, you know, dude, Wes, you always ask me, who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? It's the fucking characters out there, dude. Come on. All right. It's like, fuck, man. Yeah, Craigslist Hunter, Mr. Sadie123. Craigslist Hunter, check him out. I swear to you guys, right? I wouldn't lie to you on somebody who's down to earth, who just can crush it. And go check him out. I mean, he's going to come out with more videos. He's very knowledgeable. And this is coming from somebody who competed with him the town over when I lived in Chicago. We're in the suburbs of Cary, and he's in Crystal Lake. So go look at his last video. I mean, he shows you his shop, his whole 9 yards there, man. It's just, those are people you should be listening to. And you know what the fucked up thing is? And this is what's so fucked up. He's got 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers. You know, I'm not saying I know everything, guys. I don't know how many subscribers I have. And at the end of the day, it's like, you know, people are going to watch who they want to watch. I mean, I can't tell you who you're going to watch or who you're going to complain to or whatever, or who you want, you know, it's up to you to come up with a conclusion of, or if you're watching somebody saying, was this person really successful? Are they going to lead me on a path? Right? I mean, there's people that are going out and making videos saying, you guys need to photograph this way. And they're not even listening to their own advice. I mean, it's that bad with some of these people. I mean, it's that bad. But you can go look up Craigslist Hunter. I mean, the guy is transparent as all hell. You can go look at his eBay. You can go watch his video, see a shop, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Are you serious? And just watch a guy who doesn't even have a store on eBay. All right. I mean, just at auctions, crushing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, totally good. I'm telling you guys, check him out for sure. Yeah, see, Mr. Sadie knew he was for real. I mean, I'm telling you, I didn't even know he was making videos. I was sitting there today, and I think I uploaded a video, and I saw this thing on the right-hand side. I'm like, this dude's making videos? I looked over, and I'm like, oh, shit, he is. I'm like, cool. Because, I mean, you know, like I said, he was from the next town over for me, and he's a lot bigger than I am, for sure. And, you know, he's somebody to definitely look up to, and somebody to definitely, you know, ask questions and figure out how he ran his business, how he got to that level. And he's not, I mean, maybe he's doing Amazon now. I don't know. But, you know, you can kind of see what he's doing. But it's people like that, man. That's just real, right? I mean, if there's a TV show, that's just real. He's on there, you know? I mean, not some of these other people, like, that just come out there and, you know, say shit. And it's like, and you look him up and you're like, dude, you got 20 feedback. That's the thing right now, isn't it? I mean, isn't it? You want to be a YouTube picker, and you want to do these shows and this is that. I mean, to become popular, and then people are like, oh yeah, he's great. He's a fucking boss over here. This guy's big time. And it's like, dude, the guy's got he's sold 50 things in the past 9 months. I mean, he's telling you he's been doing it for 9 years. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. 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 I mean, I hated to shout him out right there because I know this channel gets a lot of hate and a lot of bullshit, and you know, people move from, because I was like shouting him out that people might move to him and give him hate, but he's really the top tier guy you should really truly watch on YouTube for sure, without a doubt. In terms of, if you want to have a storefront, if you want to know how to use your storefront to your advantage in terms of, you know, getting it where people are selling you stuff and creating a buy sell trade, right? I mean, he took care of it, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I got to get him on here. I mean, he knows his shit, guys. I'm telling you. In the meantime, go check him out for sure. I mean, he's got a wealth of knowledge, and I can't say there's not too many people that I can really put up on that pedestal that I've seen on YouTube. But I mean, you know, and then there's other people. There's the picking profits, you know, the Andrews of the world, right? Who's just down to earth and is like, hey, this is just what I do. And, you know, yeah, he might disagree with him on some things he says, just like you come to my channel and this is that. But it comes down to, hey, here's the facts. You know, he's selling books. You know, he made a video today. Hey, I'm doing suits. I'm doing blazers, right? That's what he's doing, right? you know, does he have a motive? Is he going to sell you a fucking guide down the road? Maybe, I don't know, but he's not like that, you know. Some of these fly-by-night guys with the guides, you know, hey, there's a fucking shoe guide over here, there's a jock guide over here, there's a sock guide. I mean, it's just coming out. I watched the video the other day, some live show, and I swear to God, there was like 9 people on there, and 9 people that were on there, 7 of them said, hey, yep, write in the book right now. Write in the book. Write in the fucking book. I'm starting thinking, well, write in the book? The fuck do you know about anything? That's right there. That's the hashtag of the show. What the fuck do you know about anything? Because they sit there and they sit there. Yeah, I just started 2 months ago. Yep. You know, I was at Big Lots and we found this product that we couldn't figure out. We tried to scan the item. It wasn't coming up on Amazon because it was a Big Lots fucking barcode. What do you do there? I don't fucking know. Why don't you type it in? I mean, Amazon 101, if you're not scanning the actual barcode of the product, let's say like here, if there's a sticker over there and you're scanning that and it's like, and you're actually scanning that a sticker over the barcode and you're like, oh, it's not coming up on Amazon, you put it back, you're missing out on something, right? Peel the fucking sticker back. I mean, yeah, it takes a little effort. Peel the sticker back and find the real barcode. If not, then actually type it in. My God. Read the fucking book, Oak Silver, dude. Yeah. You know, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Sadie, yeah, I mean, he told me he was inspired by me to go make the videos, which I was really flattered with. I'm talking about Craigslist Hunter. I was really taken back with because I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, you know, like I said, I've taken him some stuff back when I was in Chicago, and you know, I had so much stuff we were selling left and right. This is that, and you know, he opened up his shop, and I went over there. And I'm like, dude, I said, you see what I'm showing you? I had some military hats and old tin cars. I'm like, hook me up. I said, I'll let you flip this 3-4 times over. I need a fair amount. And he looked at me, and then, you know what was great about him? His personality. He was like, great, let's work together. Right? He knew what I did, and I knew what he did. He could have, you know, I wasn't the guy that walked in there that fucking was on meth, you know, that was like, oh, dude, what do you want to give me $5 for the starter jacket? You know, no, he knew that I knew what I was talking about, that I was a reseller too. And he was like, here's a fair deal. And I took it. And I do that with him. And, you know, he turned around and make his money. And that's called building, you know, kind of a partnership, an agreement with people. And anytime you can do that as a reseller, whether, you know, you're in these Facebook groups or you're at the flea markets, you know, relationships are key, guys. I mean, you know, there's stuff I get out here where it's like, I know somebody where I'm like, hey, dude, here's these stereos. Right? Can you give me $35 a piece for them? You get some for $100. Yeah. And I can sell them 10, $350. Boom. Right? Yeah, he'll make $1,500, but what do I care? I find so much shit. But it's having a respect and you know, finding somebody that understands what you're doing and you know, you build a relationship on that. And I don't know, I can't stress the Craigslist Hunter enough. I mean, I could talk. We just need to get him on a show or get him on here or something like that. But he knows a lot of stuff, guys. I'm telling you. You know, he is the hashtag real deal when it comes to hashtag hustle, right? I mean, it's for real. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, how the fuck could you write 100+ books in 1 year that can't be worth a shit? Well, here's the thing I didn't tell you guys before. I apologize for keeping you late on this hangout. I was actually writing a guide on how to cure headaches, right? And I almost finished it, believe it or not, in an hour. I got up to 10 pages. So that new one's going to be out of my Kindle training program. It's going to be out there. I mean, we're just going to price it $3.99, right? We're going to get an attractive title. I'm going to go to Fiverr and get some fucking kid to create a cover for it. And we're just going to move on. We're going to go from headaches to how to cure PMS. I mean, we're just going to move on like this. Let's time out here. Is that some shady shit? Do you want to, if you're buying into this shit, could you feel comfortable sitting in front of a keyboard or, obviously not a typewriter, but a keyboard and typing books out about shit you don't know about? I mean, to me, that just sounds like con men. I mean, really, you know, it's like this. It's like, let me come out with a guide here, 500 brands of clothing that sell. And the fucking kid wasn't even creative enough. He's got to go to complete listings to grab the tags. He didn't even sell these brands, right? Somebody, if the people knew he used their pictures to put it in his book, he'd be fucking sued. And he's probably sitting there going, oh, shit. Oh, my God, man, he just spilled the beans in that one. Right? Or the other one I talked about last time on Picking Globalvoodoo Live, episode 3, with the fucking book about the 100 things to sell. Right? Randomly took it from everybody else that was talking about it, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, without doubt. I mean, Andrew, Andrew knows his stuff. He knows about books. He knows a lot about coffee mugs. He's getting into the Blazers. I mean, he's somebody you should be watching. I mean, he's not going to feed you a line of shit. All right, some of these people, I'm telling you guys, 2015 is the line of shit on YouTube. There's going to be people that coming up and be like, yeah, I'm your friend, and they're going to tell you, oh, oh, hold on. Okay, this one's good. I thought I've seen it all now with YouTube. Until I saw the man fucking break down and cry and beg to Jesus how he spent $300,000, mortgaged his fucking house, did the whole 9 yards, and lost $10,000. Okay. Spent $300,000, mortgaged his house at the end of the year, just started in 6 months ago, mortgage, did all this, and fucking lost 10 grand. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm the asshole saying this, but maybe there's something wrong. Maybe there's something wrong. Or maybe it's full of shit. Okay? Especially when the person goes to this then. Hey, you know what? I lost $10,000, but the almighty Jesus and the God, and, he's going to fight me through this. And, hey, by the way, I did write I got an audio version of this ebook I got coming out, my journey on reselling. And then 2 minutes later, it's like, it's bad. The fucking guy's crying on YouTube. Fucking crying. I don't know. Guys, I'm telling you, there are fucking people out there that are taking advantage of all this. And you could say, hey, Mike, you are too. You got picked for profit. Well, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Everything I say is worked for me. I'm not here to deceive people or lie to people about anything. If there's been somebody who's ever joined my thing or said I've frauded them or whatever, here's your fucking money back, right? But that's not ever happened. And I get people that jump on my site and, they'll spend some money here and then they'll get the information and leave, dispute it. Well, then here, take your money. I don't need it. I don't need the money. I do it to help people, And, I'm not saying, hey, I'm the best guy. Go to me when it comes to eBay or Amazon. But I'm telling you guys, you're going to see more and more of this fucking shenanigans on YouTube, right? I mean, everybody's writing a book. This is that. I mean, I said this before. Write a book. Actually, have a copy of it, not an PDF. How to sell shoes. Here's 20 brands. Come on, guys. Are we that fucking lazy? We can't look them up. Do you understand when you go on eBay and you look under complete listings, they break down under category all the fucking brands? That's what these people are doing. God, man, I don't know. I'm not trying to bash people. All I'm saying is this, guys. There's an agenda for everybody. And people could say, well, Mike, what was your agenda? My agenda here, I'll tell you what my agenda was, or it is I came on YouTube here. I came on years ago. I was talking, and maybe had 5 people watch my video. Started doing a morning show, yapping about shit, right? Helping people along. And then started making more videos, blah, 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 blah. And then, people just started fucking attacking me. And I fucking said, hey, it's like somebody said the other day, and nobody's going to fucking bully me. Nobody's going to bully me. I mean, I'm not here to fucking fight and be strong on the internet and tough guy. No, I'm just not going to put up people's shit. But I'm also call out people when I think they're full of shit. And so here I was sitting there going, I've got all this information I could share, but, last time I'm sitting there, I'm getting called this motherfucker, getting called that. Why do I want to share anything with anybody? So I said, okay, well, you know what? I do help people in private messages and, private hangouts. And so I'm going to create this pick for profit site and just spill my beans, all my information I can into this website and charge, Why give it away for free? So, I mean, and it's worked for me. Okay. But I'm not here deceiving people. I mean, I just didn't start selling, guys. I mean, I've been doing it for a while. And I'm not saying that if you just started, you can't go write an ebook or a guide or whatever. I'm just saying that, maybe is that the right approach? I mean, I think people think this is a get rich scheme. Let's become a reseller. Let's pretend to be a reseller, and let's just write a book and make 20K. And that's just some people's motives, and you're going to see more of it out there, guys. I mean, it's a suckle. There's a whole fucking MLM scheme with this reselling business, guys. I'm telling you. If you don't see it already, it's out there. There's a fucking scheme. And they're all fucking sitting there. Hey, Joe Blow over here, go buy his book over here. And they just sit there, and it's all this. You're just paying for shit. And I'm not saying, I mean, I've never bought this stuff. Or I've seen some of the stuff. I'm like, that's pretty ridiculous. But anyway, I'm tired of talking about this. Yeah. Anyway, Morgan's right. Or was it Morgan? No. Yeah, Morgan says, Mike, can we talk about some tips? Yeah, let's get into tips. I don't want to come on here. I always say this. I don't want to come on here and rip and rap and fucking. I say this because I don't want you to get sucked into some bullshit, right? And I'm sure there's great groups out there. I'm sure there's great people out there. There's just a bad batch of people, right? And just look into what you're doing before you give anybody a dollar if you're hard-earned money. But yeah, tips. Let's talk about some reselling, because this whole thing just disappoints me. Last year, I'll be honest with you guys, I stayed away from fucking YouTube. Made a couple of videos here and there, right? And just did my own thing. This year is going to be a little different. There's a lot of stuff going on that's going to be happening with Globalvoodoo. There's there'll be a podcast coming out here pretty soon. I've already gone through about 23 shows with people that nobody's ever heard of. A lot of different interesting stuff that I think will benefit anybody who's just in reselling or business savvy, or that's looking for advice on how to get a healthcare plan as a full-time seller, or insurance. I mean, all these different people I've interviewed, and I'm excited to really launch this in February. It's gonna be pretty neat. Little podcast there, because like I said, when I'm out there reselling and relisting and selling and listing and taking photographs, I mean, I need stuff going on, and I listen to all these different podcasts, but it's hard to find a really good reselling podcast. So besides Scavenger Life, for sure, that's the other person I wanted to shout out tonight. These guys, I mean, I'm sure you guys are all subscribed to them, but these guys know what they're talking about. They're down to earth. They're really frugal, and they just rock it. I mean, and they're really transparent here. Then they show you, they tell you every week what they're selling, right? And they're really knocking out of the ballpark. And what I like about them is they're just, hey, this is what we do. And you can take their business model and be very successful just like they are, right? You don't have to live beyond your means. They're not living beyond their means, but they're making really good money every month, every year with eBay. And their message is pretty positive with everything. And it's somebody you should be definitely watching, for sure. I mean, Scavenger Life, their podcast, I think they've got 190 episodes out there. I mean, it's incredible. And, those are talk about someone who should be having a book or some type of information they should be selling. Think about it. Or them, it's really good. I would buy it from them, honestly, not from some of these other people, but yeah, Scavenger Life, check them out. But yeah, for me, I'm doing these podcasts in February. They'll be launching out, and then every video here's the fucked up crazy thing. I've got, for this YouTube channel, all my videos done. I know that sounds completely crazy. The videos are done. They've been done for like 8 months. So every 3 to 7 days, you're going to see a video come out on this channel. Boop, 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 boop. And so that's already done. We've got this podcast thing going. And then I really want to, me and Andrew have been talking about a show, kind of creating a show where it's a different vibe. It's not like it's just a chit chat show, and I know like right now you're like, Mike, I'm watching you right now and you're just a chit chat. Sure. But there's tips that come out and stuff like that. But some of this other stuff is regurgitated, right, that I watch. It'll be like, hey, we're going to talk about Amazon and bundles. It's like, dude, do you not check me out on Spreecast? Not check out some other people on Spreecast that were talking about this a year and a half ago, right? This ain't fucking new, right? There's a lot of information that's out there that's free, that's embedded, that's on people's channels that have been doing it for a while, and I mean, go back. My guy, go to Spreecast and go to Dwayne Malik's and Annie Slammons and the Scanner Monkeys and all these other shows, Chris Green's, all these shows that are out there, and just you can learn a shit ton, right, of stuff that's just free, right, from people that know what they're doing with it. Not sitting here listening on YouTube and saying, "Oh yeah, just tried it at Amazon about a month ago." I don't know. Anyway, here's some tips I have for you guys for 2015. With Amazon, I explore your local areas, guys. I mean, explore items that are not currently online, and stay away from the Walmart stores, the Targets, for the stuff that anybody else can find. I mean, obviously, it's good to go into those stores when it's Q4, it's busy time, right? Because shit's popping then. But January, February, all the way up until August, these months are just standard months, and you have to be, if you're going to sell on Amazon and you're doing retail arbitrage, you have to, you'll know right really quick. Hey, I ain't buying that again because I bought it and thought I was gonna make $15, and now I'm making $2. So, I mean, what do you do at that point? You need to change your game, right? Maybe go into the bundling, go into finding products that are not on Amazon, that are locally that you can grab. And I mean, there's a shit ton of possibilities out there. I know there is, because there's enough out here. There's, for what I talk about in Pick for Profit, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for local products to go on Amazon that you can make a shit ton on. And don't be afraid of a listing, don't be afraid of creating a listing. But if you're going after, I mean, obviously if you're going after clearance, that's a different story. But remember, you're going after clearance. If it's a Target, you're competing with another 700 people on Amazon. So, get in quick and get out, or get in and hold, right? But you can definitely make money with Amazon at retail box stores. But in some of this stuff, it's when the masses hear about it, it becomes it's flooded. It's like, why the fuck did I even bother with that? I mean, that's the reality of it. I think if you're new and you're starting off, just go after different things. Go after the thrift store stuff. Go after the long tail books, the puzzles that are ranked like 1 million. Shit, man, use eBay. Use eBay. I mean, eBay is a treasure trove, people, for Amazon, for sure. It's crazy. Yeah, I should bring Resellers Roundtable back. But yeah, there's such a treasure trove of information that's out there. All right. I mean, if you stepped on the private labeling or wholesale, I think you need to get some experience in your belt before you get in the private labeling and wholesaling, because it's not like, I'm not putting any one person down that's talking about that. I'm just saying that there's a lot more in depth involved, especially with private labeling. If you're buying from China, right? You have to, there's a whole process, guys, right? I mean, I owned a freight forwarding company for years, right? I was a licensed custom agent, right? Customs broker. So, I mean, you're paying duties, and you're being, it's a process. You're a business. And, a lot of things can happen and go south really fast on a private label from China. There's a lot of good companies out here in the United States that are making products that, if you just turn them and say, hey, could you make that same product if I threw my label on it? They'd be like, yeah, we do that. Or yeah, we have a whole division over here that does that. Those are the ones where you're going to make more money. We're going to make really good money at. And there's something else that I'm not going to really bring up tonight, but there's a whole another fucking opportunity that nobody's even talking about, which I can't believe. And I'm not going to bring it up tonight, but I'm just a little sneak preview to what is going to happen with the Globalvoodoo channel. Is there's something going on that I've been doing for years that nobody's even talking about, and I just can't believe it. I can't believe nobody's really put their finger on it. And I'm like, are you serious? Really? And I'm just sitting here and I'm just putting the information in a file, and it's going to be spewed here in 2015. So there's just so much fucking opportunity. It's crazy. But for eBay, I mean, it's, let's get back into eBay. Let's get back into thrifting with eBay. I mean, where do you go? I mean, yeah, you can go to the Weigh and Pays and dig through shit and cut your finger open with glass and fight off fucking hobos and, people that are just that can't speak right, right? There's nothing. I mean, if you can find products there, that's great, right? I mean, you get it cheap and you can sell it, but don't believe the hype, people. When people are telling you, hey, you can buy this Jack LaLanne or whatever the fuck it is juicer, and hey, I'm selling the plastic top off the fucking juicer for $10 shipped. Well, yeah, dummy, that thing's over 13 ounces. It's going priority, right? And you're not. I mean, are you sticking that in a USPS flat rate padded mailer for $5.35? Maybe they are. Maybe that's how they're making money. Setting a fucking big ass plastic shell, jamming it in an envelope, and sending it. Because I'll tell you what, look at the complete listings. I mean, I almost made a video on this the other day. I'm like, hey, what are you people smoking? Right? I mean, oyster fucking blenders. I mean, yeah, I sold the blade for $39. Well, I looked it up. I'm like, dude, these blades sell for like $7. Right? Maybe occasionally one might sell every 9 months for $39. That's not a solid business aspect. You can't. Obviously, if you're looking at a product and you're at a weigh and pay or at a thrift store and it's busted up, and you're like, yeah, here it is, this fucking battery charger. Look it up and see what it's really going for. Don't believe what fucking Tommy Tong said over here. Yep, sell those every day for $29. No, it sells for $5. All right. Same thing like when I say, hey, yeah, you can watch my videos. I mean, go to Pick for Profit. I'm showing this $10 challenge. I'm showing you what I'm selling stuff for. A Tommy Bahama shirt, right? If you get one now, I mean, you could literally throw it to auction for $14, $15 shipped and get it bid up to maybe $15, maybe $25. Maybe you can put the buy now best offer for $35 and somebody buys it. Those are all winning possibilities, right? But it's not like it's tanked where it's like, oh yeah, they'll only sell for $4. No. But some of these pieces that people are ripping apart out of $10 blenders just don't make sense to me. I mean, I don't know. Do they make sense? I don't know. I mean, obviously some do, but some don't. Yeah, I mean, Andrew's talking about the blazers and the sports coats. I mean, I there's excellent ROI on there. I agree with some of the other resellers on YouTube are saying, for sure, without a doubt. I've been doing it for years, But it's not. Don't feel like you go to Goodwill or somebody's Charmin and you grab these 10 killer blazers. You're like, damn, man, I crushed it. With the intent of, hey, this is going to be gone in a week. I'm going to make 10 grand next week. No, that won't happen. You have to have patience. You have to, like Andrew's saying, take great photos, right? Close-ups, describe it, and let it sit and see, right? Let it marinate and let it sit out there, and you're waiting for that one buyer. Okay? That buyer can come tomorrow. It might come in 6 months. But don't get rid of, why are we getting rid of blazers for $25 shipped? Why would we do that? Why would we get rid of blazers for $25 shipped? You know how much one of these blazers cost in a store? If you're finding these name brand blazers, okay, here's what you need to do before you even get into selling blazers. Go into the Macy's, the Dillard's, go into these major stores and walk in and actually see how much these blazers are. Same with Robert Graham. Look at how much a Robert Graham shirt is brand new. Okay. Once you can understand what the retail price is, then you can say, okay, this is the secondhand market. Okay, let's see what it's at. Because it's all over the place with some of these blazers, right? Let's look, for example, Brooks Brothers blazer. There are people selling that blazer for $15 shipped. Okay, you look in the complete listings. You can look on the active listings. There's the knuckleheads. Okay, but a Brooks Brothers blazer or suit, I mean, it's not like it's $50 in the store. Same with ties. Ties are fucking wow. There's a lot of potential with ties. There's somebody on YouTube, or not YouTube, but eBay that they're doing $29,000 a month selling just ties. And you see what they're doing. They're just buying them at the thrift stores, right? Getting them from like under $1 a piece. And they're selling volumes, but they're selling a boat ton. And that's what's crazy. And everything like that could be a niche, right? So it all comes down to this: where you're located at and what's abundant to you. I mean, obviously, when you see what I do, t-shirts and clothing, it's abundant. It's always there. If it wasn't, if I didn't go after this stuff, I'd be okay, but it's like I wouldn't be pulling shit out every day if I could sell for profit. Does that make sense? I'm not finding other things that are in these stores. I do find books and electronics here and there, but not enough to make a living on, and that's why I went with the clothing route, because you could it was my basement of a business where it just was reliable. And whether I scaled it up to, 500 items, 1,000 items, 10,000 items, I mean, it all makes sense. It sells, right? And it's just what do you want for your business? What niche do you? I mean, your niche might be, you might not even know your niche right now. It might be mid-century modern furniture. It might be all around you and you have no clue. Or it might be shoes. It might be an area where like it's killer men's dress shoes. I don't know. You have to find it and you have to experiment with it. I mean, don't ever listen to me and say, well, Mike sells vintage cotton shirts, so am I. No, don't. Just maybe try it. Maybe find some and see what they do. Or Pendleton or Armani. See what Armani does, right? Or see what DKNY, see what that brand does, or Dolce & Gabbana. You have to test things out yourself and then see and say, yeah, I did really well there. And and then you move on. A few common blazers that sell okay. Canali sells really well. If you could find that. People could say, well, that's just it's one of those really popular or expensive brands. Yeah, it's expensive, but you can find it. I'm not saying it's a brand that's impossible to find. You will find it if you're searching. Right? I'm not talking about going to the thrift store once or twice looking at the blazers and say, I can never find it. No, you can find that one. Obviously, Brooks Brothers, there's Hart Schafter and Marks, which, it's a pretty common brand. Joseph A. Banks is common. Those should all be at $35 and up, $40 and up for those. The even Nautica, Nautica. Nautica's not cheap. That's a good brand. Obviously the higher up, the Briones, some of their stuff. Here's what's a really good brand. Here's the catch of the night. It's the Ralph Lauren chaps. Okay, if you can find Ralph Lauren chaps under $5, grab it every single time, and sell it. The other one too is camel hair. Anything camel hair, just think 40 and up, 45, 50. That's where it's at, and it'll sell if your pictures look good, if your description's right, and but yeah, those chaps and I'm talking really big. I'm talking about stuff you can find, chaps and any type of camel hair jacket. Those will do really well, and they should move pretty quickly for you. That's the one thing to understand is when you're getting all this jackets and blazers. Some will take time to sell. You could say to yourself, I never found an Armani. Just keep digging. If you've only been doing it for a couple weeks, you will find an Armani. I guarantee you. Just keep searching. Trust me. I remember saying the same thing years and years ago, going to thrift stores and going, man, I'd love to find a fucking Armani. And then as I kept looking, I'm like, damn, there's an Armani. Same with like estate sales. You go upstairs and you look in the closet and you're like, what's in the closet here? This is a nice house. Fuck, there's Armani. Look at all the suits. Baroni. It's, Zegna. There's all these killer brands in there. You'll find them, guys. I'm telling you. And it's like this. Anything in life, if you put your mind to it and say, hey, all right, it's registered in my brain. Zegna, Brioni, Calvin Klein, whatever these brands, as long as you know about them, you're educated about them, you'll find them. It's when you're not educated. It's when you don't know the brands is when you'll never find them. I'm telling you. Trust me. What was the one brand that I just recently found? Shit. I was like, I never find this fucking brand. I'm like, I can never find this damn brand, and I found it. I'm like, wow. It took me some years, but I found it. I'll have to remember that one. But it's little things like that. Just like if you're like, hey, I've never found a Pendleton or a Tommy Bahama. Keep looking. As long as you know what to look for, you will find it. Yeah, Land's End. Land's End is. These are major brands, guys. Right? Major brands sell. There's a market for it. Stafford, for example. I don't personally like Stafford blazers, but they do sell. Expect to be a price point of $30 to $50 to $60, $70. Right? It's a little lower end than what I deal with suits because I see too much Stafford for me, and it's like I can't. But look them up on complete listings; they sell. Yeah, chitin. It's I found 4 chitin jackets in my lifetime, and four chitin jackets and 2 chitin jeans. And actually, that is the brand, Andrew. It was chitin. I said, man, I can, and I found it out here in Arizona. I was like, damn. I found the jeans out in Chicago, and I found the chitin jackets out here, and I almost had a grabber. But it's that one there. The Morgan says sold a Pendleton today. Yeah, I mean Pendletons rock. I mean they really do. Right. Prices have come down on some of them, but now's the time to sell them. I mean, once summer comes, it's going to be a little difficult. I mean, they will sell, but there's going to be some competition on them. I like to send them to auction. I get different prices on them, but you could. I don't know what we sold it for, Morgan, but yeah, it's definitely a brand to look at. Just so many different brands, guys. I mean, it's just about what's popular. What's the name brand? What's the big brand everybody's looking at? And it's also the Michael Kors. Michael Kors, for example. Go look that up. Go to was it Dillard's? Yeah, Dillard's, Michael Kors. Go to Dillard's and look at Michael Kors anything. Look at the purses, look at the watches, and see how much that is. And then look it up on eBay. It's really, really competitive. All right, you'll find brands like that. Go to the big box stores, the luxury stores, and see the name brands. That's how you learn. I mean, that's how I learned. Shit, man. There was, when I was doing this stuff, there was no phones to look shit up. I mean, I had to do some homework. I went into Marshall Fields and Macy's and all these stores and just browsed around. I was blown away, man. Fucking $30 ties. Blown away, but yeah, Picking Profits gets 2 to 3 canali a week. Yeah, I mean, and you might be in an area you're like, man, that's fucking crazy, Andrew. But he's in that area, right? And I believe these brands are everywhere. Brooks Brothers, Canali. I believe they're everywhere. They're popular. So, like the Bugatti stuff. I honestly, I think I wouldn't buy those. I mean, if you're getting them for $1 or $2, I'd buy them. But unless it's really unique, really bold colors, I don't. It's like Pronto Omo. I just think it's a kind of a garbage. I mean, they're nice stuff, but it's just the resale value on them it's saturated, is what it is. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, Bugatti, I mean, it depends on what you're finding, but if you're finding like, I don't know, maybe you can elaborate, Morgan, on what you're selling, but like what I'm selling with that brand, it's bright colors, it's unique stuff. If it's just a plain old Jane thing, it's not selling. I mean, that shit sits for me. But it's everybody's different. If you like, Morgan might be good at selling these, and I can't sell them. It's don't listen to what I'm saying and say, oh, well, Mike says don't buy Bugatti. No, Morgan says they're selling, so try it out. There's a lot of different things going on, and different people telling you what to buy, what not to buy, and it's listen to the people that are kind of saying, hey, maybe don't look at this, or maybe look at this. Look at everything first, and you make a decision. Maybe you heard me and say, hey, Mike doesn't like Bugatti, but then maybe you go to the store tomorrow and you see some, buy it and see if they sell. See if they sell for you. I hope they do. Me personally have a hard time selling some of those. But yeah, Morgan says they're 85 and I mean, Bugatti Omo is it's not cheap. I mean, even like Pronto Omo is not a cheap brand to buy brand new. It's like ties. I mean, God, there's so many different. I mean, you guys need to look up ties. That's what you need to look up. If you want a homework assignment, go look up ties. I got a video coming out here in I think the next week or two with ties, and there's a lot of potential with ties, and there's so many name brands. Obviously, the bigger name brands they're going to bring the top dollar, but there's a lot of $15, $25 ties that are just no name one-offs. Maybe 3 on eBay. Right, and remember, the skinny tie is back. The vintage tie is back. People are looking at that. I think we sold 29 ties over the weekend. A lot of them are skinny ties. A lot of them they weren't even silk ties. They were just like the polyester ties, basic designs on them. Some novelty, a lot of duck stuff. Anything ducks, golf was selling. Mostly ducks, not golf, but There's people who are shopping for ties. And like I said, look up, go search ties, and then find that big seller who's doing like 30K a month just in ties. Sick. Yeah, Hugo Boss. Yeah, I mean Hugo Boss is not. I mean it's a sleeper brand, man. I mean you can find something Hugo Boss and you might sit on it or you might take forever to sell, but some of the stuff, if it's got the look, I mean it'll move. Hugo Boss ties again. I mean they're like Tommy Hilfiger. That stuff's not. It's not cheap. it's and people are still buying it, right? I mean Hugo Boss is nice. I mean, here like it's like well you can kind of throw DKNY in there, the men's line. A little bit under the Hugo Boss, I think, but it's in that same family. The Hugo Boss, the Hilfiger, the Ralph Lauren, the DKNY, the kind of the Brooks Brothers. Those are all good. They all have just price points, right? Yeah, Mickey Mouse ties. Yeah, Mickey Mouse ties, the Looney Tunes ties, the Jerry Garcia ties, the here's one if you can find them, guys. Star Wars ties. Anything Star Wars ties, look those up. Even the shitty ones they were selling at Walmart 8 years ago, they're selling for $30-$40. But if it's got subject matter, it sells. It's like a T-shirt. I mean, people say to me, "What do you price your T-shirts at?" They're all over the place. I saw retro T-shirts, man, of like Foo Fighters for like $23. Same shirt they sold to JCPenney or Kohl's, right? I mean, you might want to take a step further, guys, real quick, and shop around some of these stores. The Kohl's is the JCPenney's when there's clearance, because like Pink Floyd, for example, Pink Floyd, or Ozzy Osbourne or Iron Maiden, these retro shirts sell. They sell even better when they're brand new. People don't mind spending $25 for a shirt, guys. I'm telling you, I've told this story over and over, but when I first started making T-shirts, right, my price points were like $12 to $15 shipped, and these were T-shirts I made and designed, and this is that, and then we got really, really busy, and we had to take items offline at first, and we took them offline just to catch up with the orders we were getting, and then we put them back up, and then again we get buried, and I said, "Fuck, man, let's go up to $20," and they were still selling. Let's go up to $25, still selling, and then 30 shipped. They're still selling. I was blown away. I was blown away when I realized I could sell a T-shirt with my design for $30 shipped, and people pay for it. I was blown away. I was like, wow. Why was I pricing them so cheap to begin with? I was pricing them cheap because I was like, hey, we need to sell volumes of it, and it didn't matter. We were selling the same amount of volume if there were 15 or 30, and if you can get yourself, if you like clothing, and maybe you can develop a product or, a screen printer, or maybe you got a killer T-shirt design, you want to talk to me about it, there's a lot of opportunity with brand new clothing. And whether it's eBay or Amazon or Etsy or your own e-commerce site, you can crush it. I mean, look around, especially the October through December months on eBay, and just look at the T-shirts under the new category, and you'll see some of these crazy T-shirts, that are not like stuff you can get every day. I mean, look at like a brand like Homage. Go to Homage, HOMAGE.com, and look there. I mean, just grassroots. Hey, let's create some T-shirts. Now they got retail stores. Same with like junk food. I mean, they just and some of these other big T-shirt companies, they started somewhere and just created a cult following, and it's just amazing, Maybe, I mean, even stuff if you like ties. There's a lot of nice tie companies out in Italy that you can easily get private labeled, right, and price $25 with your brand. Just market it. I mean, guys, YouTube. I mean, this YouTube thing is huge. There's a couple of you guys watch. There's like 15 guys watching it right now. YouTube. I mean, just start typing in men's dress shirts on YouTube, and some of their stuff. I mean, you start finding all these different brands or this marketing of how to do it, and it's not that difficult. It's It's the look, you know. It's like men's dress shirts. You know, when I was in Hong Kong, you know, there's a really nice mall over there that's got, you know, Dolce Gabbana, you know, Louis Vuitton. It's got all these name brands, and then there's these little tailor shops, and there's brands you never even heard of, but you walk in there and they'll tailor to your needs, and they look nice, and it's $80 or more, you know. But there's no big name brand on it, but it sells, you know. And God, I mean, there's countless brands, and that's where that's the. I'm not saying that's the end game for anybody, but it's a good business to be your establishment with, right? Where you can take it and say, okay, here's my t-shirt business. It's doing well. It's making me 35K a year, and then the rest of the shit's easy, right? Thrifting or Amazon or whatever else it is, you know, getting that base in, especially when you're full time. Because if you're full time and you're just dabbling in the thrift or retail arbitrage, I mean, it's a lot of work until you get established and get systems in place and employees. You know, it's no easy task for sure. I mean, like right now, I've got people working for me, and it's not an easy task, right? I mean, they're busting their ass, and I got to make sure I'm paying them, you know, and they do a great job. But I couldn't grow without them. Like, I mean, you could say to yourself right now, all right, how many items do you list every day or every week, every month? And you know your amount. Will that amount ever grow? Will it? I mean, how can you make that grow? How could you physically do more if you give it your all? Other than streamlining something or maybe going in FBA, how can you without getting help? You know, I don't know. Yeah, those Hong Kong malls are the freaking shit, man. Yeah, it's crazy stuff over there, but yeah, there's so much. I mean, fashion is fashion, period. And you know, that's why I always say go after unique, different colored items you see at thrift stores, because it doesn't really matter what the brand is. I mean, here you want to get crazy? Go type in on eBay, tropical or Hawaiian shirt. Okay, and if you know about tropical and Hawaiian shirts, you might know all the brands, right? But you might look at some of these other brands and go, man, I can't believe that shirt sold for that. Right. And it's a brand you would never buy, but it does sell for $30, $40. It's great. Like Jamaica Jacks. Who would think that brand goes for $30, $40? Really? You know? Yeah, Morgan, I mean, can you grow in eBay by doing higher value listings? Yeah, you could. I mean, the question is how many are you going to find of those, right? I mean, you know, to be sustainable. So let's say to make $40,000 a year, right? $40,000 a year selling $50 items that you might have $5 in. The question is, how many of those are you going to find on a weekly basis? Okay, I think if you start off new and maybe you had all the details and the information, if you happen to be in a good area, it could be done. If you're doing the thrifting, doing whatever, there's other avenues you can branch off into to accomplish that and get the higher name brand stuff to get those margins, to get those $50 sales, $100 sales, $150 sales. But me personally, I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying it's difficult. All right. And this also coming from somebody who's used to buying things for under $3. So, I mean, I wouldn't buy Ralph Lauren standard dress shirts for $11.99. That's just, unless it was super rare or something where I was like, yeah, okay. But it wouldn't make sense for me to buy that. You know, it wouldn't. So, you know, I go after whatever I can make money on. So whether it's a t-shirt or, you know, it's a brownie jacket or a chitin jacket, I mean, whatever it is there at the time. But I'm doing also volume. And, you know, I think if you want my honest opinion to anybody out there that's starting this or is getting into this more in depth, I mean, you need to have that dollar menu aspect. You have to have $5 items, $10 items, $20 items, right? The people that are doing the 50 and up, I'm only selling anything for 50. Then you need to have a large inventory to maintain that, to make your, you know, 5 to 10 to 15 grand. You need to have 500, 600 1,000 items at that range to get there, right? It's a sell-through rate. It's a ratio. I mean, you can have 1,000 of those $50 items. You're not going to sell every one of those in 30 days. You're probably going to sell 18 to 26% of them, maybe on the better months, 33. eBay is a game. It's no different than a sport. Are the Packers going to score fucking 90 points when it's freezing out in Lambeau? No, it's probably going to score 12. Same thing as the summer months on eBay in June. Are you going to sell 150 winter jackets or men's long sleeve dress shirts? No. Sweaters? No. Right? I really believe in that spreading your wings mentality. I mean, you can obviously have that store to create, but it's one thing creating it and getting all that inventory to get there. If you can get the inventory, it's great. And you can start and go, yeah, okay, cool. 100 items, 200 items, 500 items. But if you're not finding all those items, and you're only finding one or two of those a week that are selling for 50 or more, that's not going to pay your bills. It's going to take a long time to build the inventory. That's why I say go after some of the smalls, go after some of the $10, $20, $30 licks, dabble in Amazon with books, just justify everything and combine it all. But I would say it's if you're just thrifting, it would be really difficult as somebody new, even if you knew every brand, knew everything in the thrift store, to find $50 plus items religiously, to fulfill within 6 months as a new seller to have a inventory of 500 or more of those items. I think it'd be difficult. If that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what you want. I mean, you can go after, right? I sell t-shirts for $10. I make $45 off the t-shirt. All right, that may be a low margin to people, but for me, it makes sense because I sell hundreds of these. Right, so that it turns into thousands of dollars to me, and it's like, great, cool, that makes sense for me. If I stay away from that, right, I lose that, and it's like I'm so accustomed to it. It's like the basics, but there's so many different ways to manage your eBay. I mean, and if you can find those $30 and up items, go for it. See what it does for you. But if you go 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, a week without sales, there's a problem there. Right. And I'm telling you, man, there's these people, there's all different types of buyers on eBay. There are people where money's not an object, and then there's where money is an object with people, and they only have $10 to spend. And if you can get these items at cheap enough, $1 or $2, and sell them for 10 or 15, why not? Right? I mean, somebody the other day asked me, why do you sell Nike shirts? Because they sell. You ever go look at a brand new Nike shirt? They're it's expensive. They're $25 to $30. So $13 is a pretty reasonable deal, for a mother of 2 teenage boys that want Nike, and they can go to my website and buy 2 for $26. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's just my bread and butter. It's the establishment. It's the groundwork. It's the pavement for all the other things. And I got stuff out there for $200, $300, $1,000. And when those other ones, cool, thanks. But it's the pavement that pays the bills. Everything else is gravy. The same thing with like Amazon. I mean, there's my 40 to 80% margin stuff that sells all the time when I send it in, and then there's the books I sell for, I pay $1 for and sell for 80. It's just, I think you need to have a conjunction of all that. I mean, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, that's what I would recommend you doing. And until you get more experienced, or maybe you could find more of the higher end inventory, then great. I mean, I do that. I have a website with just rock heavy metal concert shirts. They're over $100 and up. Do I sell one every day? No. All right. It took me years to build that inventory of them, and every month I do well. Right. But I'm not making 50 grand a month off them. I mean, I'm not I mean, I'm making good money, but it's like sometimes weeks go by and I don't even sell one. I mean, it's not like you're going to find that client every day who's going to drop over $100 on a t-shirt. I mean, they're out there. Shit like that. But yeah, I think you really truly have to have a mix. You have to have a mix of it all. I think that's why using eBay and Amazon and Craigslist or flea markets, you just use it all. Make money. I mean, that's what it is. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging in with me tonight. Pushing us to the limit here. I'm getting a little sleepy, but want to just do the show and just be up front with you guys and just tell how it is and what I feel how it is. Again, you know, there's a lot of shit going on out there and a lot of stuff. And you know, I mentioned the people that I support. That I think are worth watching. You know, the Craigslist hunters. I mean, obviously picking profits. The scavenger life. I mean, you know, and there's some old school people out there that have been making videos that have good information too, right? I'm not saying that the people that are new don't have good information. I just, you know, it's just watch out what's coming. You know, watch out for that left hook or right hook from somebody. And not saying you have to buy into the whole fucking if they're selling a book or whatever. You know, if you feel comfortable buying it from somebody, buy it. But if you get duped, then you got duped, right? But there's a lot of information you can get for free, and there's a lot of information that you can't get for free. You know, and there are people that are willing to help out to an extent, you know, and there's some people that aren't willing to help out. And the best way, like I said, always is just go out and do it yourself. You'll learn it all as much as you can, you know. But there's ways to speed up the learning curve. There's ways to, you know, get into categories on Amazon that, you know, you can't get into. And there's ways to increase your selling limits on eBay as a new seller. There's, you know, I mean, my God, you could just sell on your Facebook. It's crazy. Yeah, the White Coat Vintage lady. I mean, you talk about somebody. Go look on. Yeah, Andrew pointed out. Go look on eBay. Talk about somebody making some really good money just selling vintage T-shirts, concert shirts. Out of Kansas City, there. She's a powerhouse. I think she is the largest concert shirt person on eBay. It's like that. There's all these niches, guys, right? If you're breaking into clothing, if you're breaking into suits and blazers, ties, right? Pants, shorts, T-shirts. There's all these little fucking niches that you can get a pie out of it. You can get a little bit of it. And could you be the Wyco Vintage? Could you be the I can't think of the person's name, but there's 3 or 4 people in Vegas that are ballers, right? Selling clothing. I mean, I'm talking huge. You know, they're selling like 2, 3, 4 grand a day in clothing. And it takes time. You know, they have, how long it would take you to get 7,000 to 10,000 pieces of clothing online? A couple years. All right. Get an employer too. I mean, you could speed it up, but as long as you're making money every week and you're paying your bills, you move forward, right? You just keep moving forward. You keep taking your licks. If you're getting by, you're moving forward. It's when you're not getting by and you're struggling, then you're not selling the right items, or the shit is just priced too high, or, you know, or it's just junk, honestly. You know, and I'm not saying that to be mean, you know, I mean, it's just how it is. You know, you got to go after what is what people want to give you money for. And then when they give you money, you go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And when you see it again, you're like, okay, you buy it. You know, it's crazy, but it's just really what it is. It's just being consistent with it all. I mean, I think you could be more consistent on Amazon than you can with eBay with some extent, but you know, there's different margins, different ROIs, different sell-through rates. Obviously, the ranking system with Amazon is different, but you know, you could spend $1,000 going to thrifting and literally come out with 10 to 20K worth of, you know, gross sales with easily off that 1,000. in the right areas, you know, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, it's diversifying, diversifying through it all. I mean, find something you really like. I mean, maybe it's video games, or maybe it's Matchbox cars, or action figures, or Legos. There's so much of it, guys. So much of it. I mean, look at the movies that are coming out. And I think what SpongeBob or what movie's coming out now. SpongeBob, I don't know. Some movie's coming out next month, and that's gonna be hot, and people are gonna buy it. Kids are gonna want it, right? The toys that were out last year are gonna be hot this year, right? A certain percentage of them will be, especially around Q4. There's stuff that was selling in Q4 that was going for premium that you only saw in the first half of the year. So know when to buy certain toys to hold for 6 months. It's little stuff like that. Taking those Lego sets you're getting for $20 on clearance, knowing hey, wait, I'll wait a year and I'll sell for 90, 200. The shit happens. It's just making this whole life easier is what it comes down to be. And I can tell you the one thing, if you ever learn from me, is that as you keep putting in time with this reselling business and you're making money, you're paying your bills, you're living comfortably, things get better. Okay. Especially when you start looking at other different products, or maybe developing your own product, or, getting into a niche. I mean, that's really when things change. It's when I have a hard time believing a lot of resellers when they're like, yeah, been doing this for 10 years and they don't have a niche. They just are selling random shit. I'm not saying you can't do that. It's hard for me to believe they've never really stepped in anything else, because it's so easy to. And for me, it was just kind of boredom. Like, okay, yeah, thrift's cool. Let me go do this. And, you could build more of a sustainable business there, but I don't know, rambling on. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight for sure. With this show, do me a favor before we go though. If you can hit the thumbs up, let me know. Hey, this is cool, Mike. Like these shows. I plan on doing more of these here. Mostly tonight was to test my internet because my internet was screwed up, and hopefully it wasn't all glitchy or whatever. But there's a lot of stuff coming out from me in 2015. I believe in all you guys out there. Every one of you has the ability and the passion to go out there and do this. All right, I can do this. Trust me. Right? If I've done this, you can do this. I'm nobody fucking special. I'm telling you this right now. All right, I just got in, started doing it, mastered the brands, mastered the items to pick, and that's all what it is. Build up some capital, save some money, learn how to save money, learn how to roll money, and just made it happen. Right? This isn't like a pipe dream. This isn't. You have to work though. I mean, you have to put in some time, and as you get more experienced and older with it, you'll start to value your time a lot. You're like, I ain't fucking taking photographs of that shit. Pay somebody $5 to $10 an hour to do it. I mean, that sounds crazy, but it works because that's the only way you're going to be able to grow with this, So, anyways, guys, you guys have a great night. It's pretty late here. Oh my God, it's 1 o'clock. Maybe we'll do another one of these here before the end of the week or next week. But thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the rant. Peace.